Good morning. It is day 155 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and it's been a lovely morning so far. Slept pretty well, pretty warm in the forest actually. So yeah, not cold, no condensation at all. Lovely times. Now we're starting off, as I say, in the middle of the forest. Um, I think we're aiming for again about 20, 21 maybe miles. There is a shortcut for tomorrow that we might stumble upon. There's like a dirt road that leads into Snoqualmie, so we might see how we feel about that. Take that in tomorrow, save us an extra half a day, but we'll see. But yeah, good morning so far, nice and warm. Just walking on this very straight bit, you can see for quite a while. Forest. Let's see what the day brings. I'll catch up in a bit. Hello again. Today was a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, it started off with it felt like a bit of a nothing day. It was a bit smoky, and it was started off in a green tunnel, and it just kind of felt like it was going to be a day of just walking and no real highlights or anything. And that kind of continued. I mean, it was surprisingly across the whole day it was smokier. I don't think it was as smoky as it was at Chinook Pass at any point, but it was consistently hazy throughout the whole day, and I could smell smoke for most of the day. So I think just the smoke from the fire has been blown across, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it didn't have too much of an impact on anything other than there being little bits of ash now blowing down on us, which is a little bit surreal. But the scenery was pretty cool for most of the day. I felt like spending most of the day just kind of poking in and out of forests or walking around ridges with big cool views. There was one in particular that was around a burn zone there was a sign saying that there was a controlled burn in 1988, but the zone looked very much like the burn looked fresher than 40 years old or whatever. So I think the sign lied slightly because it didn't look very controlled. Um, yeah, so that bit was really pretty actually. With that, you can kind of tell that autumn is here. With all the huckleberry bushes turning red, it was very vibrant, made a difference from other burn zones for sure. There was also a cool cabin to start the day off. Scales and I visited, and apparently 20 people were camped there last night, so I think we're just behind a bubble. And it had a little trail register in it, so it was fun to see how far ahead our friends were. In sad news, the chafing is back again with a vengeance. Started off pretty bad and kind of eased off throughout the day, but then it came back. It's always the last 5 miles of the day is when it's at its worst, after I've kind of cooled down a bit. I'm just trying to get to camp. So I'm hoping it'll heal up a little bit tonight. But we'll be going into town tomorrow, so it's not too bad. In other news, there were quite a few berries around today, as always. The thimbleberries were back a tiny bit. There were a few that were there. I only had one or two, but they were very delicious, as always. There were also salmon berries, which we haven't seen in a while. They were slightly better than last time, but not amazing. They still kind of didn't taste of anything, but then were a little bit sweet or a little bit sour. But I'm glad I had some more just to make sure. And there were also some massive huckleberries, ones the size of blueberries that were definitely huckleberries and not blueberries. Didn't have any impact on the taste too much, but it was cool to have such big ones. So yeah, definitely snacked on those throughout the day. And talking about just the weather and it being autumn, I was having a look through the Instagram of someone who hiked last year that I was following last year, and they were in where we are, but a week ahead, so a week before now, and apparently it was freezing cold, misty, wet, rainy, so it's unseasonably warm at the moment, which is kind of nice for us, but a little bit worrying in terms of fires. So hopefully it stays nice and warm, although today was quite hot actually, especially in the exposed bits. It was not too comfortable, but hopefully it stays comfortable enough and not causing any fires. That's what I dream for, but we shall see. There was also a 12-mile water carry today. Luckily, the terrain and elevation hasn't been too bad the last few days, so there wasn't much to climb, so even with the heat, it was manageable. I did drink all of my water in the time though, so that's new for me, actually staying hydrated. That was good. And for lunch, I went on a very nice little blue blaze, just 0.1 miles off trail to the top of a mountain that had like panoramic 360 views of around, which was really cool. I mean, again, a bit hazy, a bit smoky, but really pretty. And I'm glad I went up there because the views from trail weren't as good. So it was nice to have a little bit of a secluded lunch break with great views. And then after that, it was about 6 miles left in the day. Only about, I think, today was 21 miles long. And I got 15 miles done by lunchtime. So it wasn't too exciting. I didn't really chill beforehand and just kind of carried through. But then I only had 6 miles or so to do after lunch, and then I chilled for a while by the last water, which was about 0.6 miles away from where we're camping. And it was lovely walking through because we had like golden sunlight at that point in time. So poking through the trees in the forest was pretty beautiful. A nice way to end the day. And so now we're camped right by the road that we're going to walk down tomorrow morning. There's a few other people doing the same thing as us, and we booked basically a hostel or a cabin type thing for tomorrow, where like lunch and breakfast and dinner is included. So very much excited for that, and laundry and showers as well. So it'll be nice to treat ourselves tomorrow night and the following morning before we get back on trail, catching up with birdsong again. So might be a bit of a repetitive day tomorrow with the road, but a lot to look forward to. I'll see you there.